So, Sogries was nice enough to send us binoculars, and if you have seen our videos at all, binoculars are by far our most popular video. And honestly, in my opinion, some of the best beginner astronomy gear that you should buy. The reason why I say that is because if you're new to astronomy, you think you're going to buy a giant telescope and you're going to pull it out and you're going to look at everything. I'll tell you right now, if the harder it is to set up, the less likely you are to use it. So binoculars are awesome because you can literally just keep them literally in the living room on the whatever that thing is called, where you stack all your stuff. Anyway, you can put it there, put it on a dog kennel, and you can literally grab it, go outside it, and look at it. The tripod store is super easy, and in my opinion, we use the binoculars more than pretty much anything else that we use. We bust the telescopes out too, but with binoculars, it's just a game changer. And if you think that you're not going to be able to see anything with binoculars, you haven't used them. So if you think that just because they're binoculars, you're not going to be able to see like Saturn, the moons around Jupiter, you couldn't be more wrong. And if you're saying that, you've never used binoculars. So I'm really excited to look at these ones and compare them to the other binoculars that we've used, because these are some of my favorite things to use, and literally taking them with us is super easy. And the cool thing about this one is it comes with the tripod. So normally when you get binoculars, you have to buy a tripod and then figure out the adapters and everything, kind of like I've shown you in the past videos. But with this one, it literally comes with everything, and it comes in this awesome box. So I respect the packaging also. It just looks really cool. So enough of me talking about binoculars. Let's show you what's inside, because I know that's what you actually want to see and what I want to see. We're going to take care of the box because I love it when they send them in cool boxes. All right, so it comes literally in a big old foam package. So here's the binoculars. Oh, and it also comes with a case. That's another awesome thing. So it literally comes in a carrying case. And it looks like, yep. So no spoilers yet. Oh, it literally comes with a case, so you can carry it with, dude, this is sick. So you can literally just put it in here, take it with you. I really like that. So we'll save the best for last. Set that right here. Here's the tripod. So I'm curious to see how high this tripod goes. When you're using binoculars, for me, I like to put it like way above my head, because then I'm not like straining my neck as much versus, if you're like, or you can sit in a lawn chair, I guess. But I'm curious to see how high up this one goes. So here it is. I don't know, we'll have to see what they say the height is. So it does come with a tripod. It looks like it's going to be a little bit smaller of a tripod, but it does come with one. And then it does have this come up. Let's see. Lock that in place. Sometimes these come up. Let's see if it does. Oh, that's in the way. Oh, I see. So it actually has a little handle right here that you spin to go up and down. So that's pretty cool. And then you would use this little knob right here to stop it. So yeah, it does come with a tripod, maybe a little shorter than what I would use, but the fact that it comes with one, I do not see that very often. So it looks like a phone attachment. Then you got, this looks like another over-the-shoulder strap. So yep, another strap. And then what's in here? Oh, so if we're starting to see a trend in, so this is basically those little ties that you hook onto stuff so you don't drop them. So I have been noticing a little bit of a trend, because the telescopes and binoculars are starting to just come standard with this. So this literally hooks onto like one of the eyepieces, so you can take a picture of whatever you're looking at. We think that's really cool because, I mean, you're going to want to brag to your friends, like, look at Saturn, and they're like, what? How do you even see that? Like, trust me, post a picture of Saturn, you'll get some comments. It's super fun. So this is for the eyepiece, or sorry, this is the eyepiece that goes on right here, and then this will hook onto this slider so you can, adjust your phone's camera to taking a picture. So there is that. Let's go ahead and open the case. So this looks like a leather case. Super good quality from what I can see. And when you open the top, it is still zipped. So it's not just going to fall out once you open it. Dude, you guys, I'm so excited. Let's see. So you got your paperwork. So tripod diagram, cleaning wipes, the smartphone mount, and then the binocular instructions. I'm like nervous taking these out of here. I do not want to damage them. Take that out of there. Let's move this and then pull it through. And this actually has Velcro, but I'm not going to take it apart, but it is Velcro, so you could just open it. Let's see if we can, well, let's just un-Velcro it. This is almost kind of like a hard protector, so it's not just, I think it's so that when it's in the case, like it's really, they're aiming to keep it protected so you don't damage these while you're carrying them out. Oh, that's why. So it is Velcroed inside, so that's why you can't just pull it out. So when you put them back in the case, you're going to want to Velcro it and then do that. Woo! Would you, dude, guys? These things are massive, dude. These are bigger. This is the biggest set of binoculars that we have. I mean, these things are massive. I don't know if the camera does these things justice, but this thing is massive, dude. Heck yes. I can't put it into words enough. I freaking love binoculars. We use that more than anything, so I'm really stoked about that. Okay, let's move this out of the way. I'm going to try maybe lowering this just so I can keep it in view for you guys. Okay, so when you pull this off, it's going to have this little rubber protector. Make sure to take it off, expose the threads, and these threads literally just screw right into here, just kind of like you would with any normal camera, and then you'd spin it from down here. So go ahead and screw this on. And then let's make sure that it doesn't need to be a certain direction. Yeah, so when you tighten this, you want to make sure that you have it tightened so that when you put it on the binoculars, you're facing the right way. So it is longer this way, so that's the way that we need it when we put it back on the stand. So literally that easy. Now let's go ahead. So if this is sliding around because this isn't tightened. So when you're balancing your binoculars on the stand, you can move this back and forth and see where, it's more sturdy for you. So, okay, so we have our tripod set up. You saw me put on the little mount here. We showed you how to adjust this going up and down to figure out where balance is. You could set these down on the counter and kind of move it and see, if it tips one way or the other to get it, I guess, level. So you're not, it's not too much weight on one side or the other. These do have some weight to them, so make sure that everything is attached nicely before you put it on the tripod because you do not want to drop these. So let's go ahead and drop this in here. It was a tight fit, which is what I like because we do not want these things falling off. Halfway, let's go, okay. All right, so it is on there. Like I said, you can adjust where the where the binoculars sit far back on here. So if you're having an issue with it, like tipping one way or the other, you literally just unscrew this and move them forward or backwards. So I would just try to keep it kind of centered. And literally setup is that easy. And the fact, this is what I'm talking about. It took us just a couple minutes to literally unbox the whole thing, get it up on a tripod, and be using it. That is why I love binoculars. And if you think you can't see anything, I dare you to go get a pair of these. and tell me differently, because you're going to be able to see way more than you think is possible if you've never used binoculars. So that is my rant. So for the people that haven't ever used one of these, I just wanted to show you real quick what this looks like. So you take the little screw off the back of here, you put it, so this is the back side of it, this is the front, and that's so that it can slide up and down. You would literally just put this on like this, put your screw on the back, and it's important that you do this on the back, and it's so that this can slide in this groove. So once we get this tightened on here, so it can slide up and down in this groove with still keeping it, kind of level. And with phones, they're not always, the camera's not always right in the middle. So you can move this left, right, up, down. It's very universal to where your camera on your phone would work. So let's say right there is where you need it. You'd literally come over here, take off your eye guards, and you'd loosen this until it's big enough to go around the eyepiece. Once it's on the eyepiece, gently tighten it. You don't need to, put 200 pounds of pressure on this thing. Just literally tight like it is. Put your phone in here, line it up with the lens, and then that way when you take a picture, all you have to do is push the button. If you do have one of those little clickers for your phone, you could take a picture. It's even easier than that. So I'm going to take this off. We're going to take this outside, get it ready to use. I will test it and see if this mount will work with a full-size tripod, because I do like the tripods that are I think they go up to 72 inches or something like that. If I do see those, I'll let you guys know. But okay, so if you are wondering, because I know you guys are going to ask if this will fit on a different tripod, it will fit on any standard camera tripod. I didn't change anything about this. I literally just pulled it off of the little one. That this is good for a desktop. I don't want you guys to think negatively about this little guy, because this one is going to be perfect for sitting, if you're camping, setting it on the little table you got right here and looking around. So I don't want you to think that this is a bad tripod. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if you want a taller one for standing up. So they both have a purpose. I was just showing you guys that it will fit on a full-size tripod, because for me, when I'm using these, I like to be able to just stand here and look, and then I can, raise and adjust this. So if you're interested, I can also tag this tripod in the description below. This thing I've used with my other set of binoculars. So that's why I even have this, is because the other binoculars we had didn't come with a tripod, so I had to get one. So all right, so let's go ahead and answer the question. What can you see with the Sogries binoculars? I want to just go ahead and say again, thank you again for Sogries for sending this to us to go ahead and take a look at it and let you guys know exactly what you can see, because we actually put them to the test, take them outside. That's why these videos take so long to produce, is because it takes weeks for us to find things, and all the process of with the sky being covered with clouds, and all the things. So let's go ahead and start with, well, first and foremost, if you do not have a Starfinder app of some kind, go ahead and get you one. You can download them on pretty much any app store, and then it will basically update you and let you know where everything in the sky is in real time. So, if you're wondering when Jupiter's going to be up, you can literally click on the app, look in the sky, find out where it is. If it's going to be too late, maybe you can't see it where you're at in that time of year. So you're kind of limited by that. But all right, so for starters, we're going to go ahead and start with the one that's closest to us. And again, this is just a short list of things that we like to look at and we compare. So when we're comparing telescopes and everything, it's easy for us to tell which one you can see better with. So first one is Jupiter, and that is only 35 light minutes away, which does sound pretty close, but in reality, that's still 400 million miles away. So with Jupiter, you're going to be able to see Jupiter itself. You will not see any color on Jupiter or the spot or anything. It'll just be kind of like a white ball of light, and then you'll be able to see 4 moons. Now, depending on when you're looking at Jupiter, you might be only see a couple moons, and that might be because Jupiter's hiding them. But you can see, from what we saw, you can see all 4 moons. So that is super cool, super fun to look at. If you've never seen Jupiter before, you'll be amazed at what you can see with these. So moving on to the next closest one from the list that we usually use is the Sirius star, and that is 8.6 light years away. So it's still pretty far away. 8.6 light years it took for it to get to us. So basically it took 8 years for the light to hit us. So that one's really cool. You'll be able to see that one with the naked eye. It's just going to be a super bright star up in the sky, but when you look at it through the binoculars, it is just on another level. It's super bright. The star kind of moves around just because of the light going through the atmosphere and everything. So that one's a really fun one to look at and super easy to find, beginner friendly. The next one is the one that I like looking at the most. It is 1,300 light years away, and that's the Orion Nebula. So that one is super fun to look at. Basically, you're going to see, here's the picture in below. You're basically going to see kind of like the clouds and a whole bunch of stars, you know, kind of in and around the nebula itself. You cannot see it with the naked eye, so you're going to have to kind of look in the sky, you know, use your tripod, kind of just scan for it to find it. When you do see it, it's going to be like a nice little cloud. Go ahead, focus in on it. It's super cool to look at. If this is your first time looking at nebulas and all this stuff, and you're expecting to see like super colorful images, you know, and stuff like that, doesn't matter what binoculars you have, what telescope you have, you're not going to see these amazing, you know, reds and just the crazy cool colors you see. Those are obtained by using a camera with a long exposure. So if you're seeing the white cloud, that is what you're going to see. So I just wanted to go ahead and tell you that. If you did put your your phone camera on long exposure on the binoculars and you let it sit there for, you know, however many seconds and let all the light in the picture, then you would get the color and you'd actually be able to see it. But just so you're aware, it doesn't matter what telescope or binoculars you're using, you won't see the color. So I just wanted to go ahead and let you know. Another one that we look at all the time with all of our other telescopes and binoculars is the Seven Sisters. So with these binoculars, what's really cool about the Seven Sisters is, and that is 440 light years away, is when you're looking at the Seven Sisters, the field of view is taken up entirely by the Seven Sisters. So you actually have to move the binoculars left to right to see the whole thing, which is super cool. So you're basically so zoomed in on it that you can't even see the whole thing. So when you're looking for it, you look up and you're just going to see kind of like an explosion of bright stars with little, you know, stars in between. It's not going to be just 7. So there's going to be quite a bunch. But if you're looking at it in the night sky and it's dark enough where you live, you can see it with the naked eye. Not as good as with the binoculars, obviously, but it will look like a little like pitchfork in the sky. And if you start looking at the stars more and more, you're going to start picking out stuff that you wouldn't have before when you're looking up in the sky. So you'll start picking up like little faint star clusters and stuff with the naked eye. So the more you look in the sky, you're actually going to get better at finding stuff with the naked eye. And then with the binoculars, you'll be able to find it super easy. So that is just a couple of the things that we could see. Again, the list is kind of small and we're limited by the time of year, the temperature, the clouds, and we don't just make stuff up. We actually find this stuff, look at it, and then try to show you guys in a picture what to expect, because it's kind of hard, you know, when you're looking at binoculars or a telescope, you want to know, what can I actually see? So we're hoping that this helps you kind of have an expectation of what you can actually see with the binoculars. And if you're just getting into astronomy, me personally, I would recommend binoculars over a telescope just for the ease of use and easy of setup. I mean, the harder it is to set up, the less likely you are to use it. It's just simple facts, and binoculars are some of the easiest stuff to use. I mean, you can just literally walk out on the back deck, look for a little bit, and then go back inside. You don't have to lug a 80-pound telescope up the stairs. So I just wanted to thank Sogries for sending in the binoculars again for us to take a look at. I'm going to be able to show you guys what you can actually see, and I hope, you know, that some of you that are watching this become more interested in space, and if you already are interested in space, you will not be disappointed with these binoculars and what you can actually see with them. So I just wanted to say thanks to them, and I want to know, what do you guys want us to look at and show you in the future? So whatever it is, you know, whether that's Saturn or something completely different, go ahead and drop it down in the comments below, and we'll see what we can do as far as an update video in the next few months, and we'll add things to the list of things you can see with the Sogries binoculars. But other than that, I just want to say thanks for watching, and thanks for coming back and watching us.